Hey, what's up guys? Bright2J back with an all-new Yay Toys Plus, and today's review is going to be on Ant-Man from Avengers Endgame. This is the third take of Ant-Man from S.H.Figuarts, the first one being Civil War, the second one being Ant-Man and the Wasp, and now we have Endgame. I did get the Civil War version a while back, thanks to my lovely wife, but I did, however, skip out on the one that came with Antonio Banderas from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Maybe one day I'll buy it, but it's not a necessity. I'm kind of glad that they came out with an Endgame version because this one actually has an unmasked Paul Rudd head sculpt. And the last time we've ever seen an unmasked Paul Rudd head sculpt from any of the Marvel Cinematic is from Marvel Legends. They actually released two. I never was able to find the one that came with Yellow Jacket. I do only own the one that was the first release. But it's cool. I've always wanted a Paul Rudd in my MCU, well, ever since Ant-Man, to have him in the MCU S.H.Figuarts that I own. And honestly, I'm really excited. So, before I get into the figure itself, and I know I've rambled on, but I really want to take a good look at the packaging, and that's something that I don't always really do for Figuarts. I only really do it for other companies, such as Reveltech. But they really went hard work on this package, I guess. They really did a great job. I do love the clean white. I do love the A on the bottom left. The Endgame logo. It's just really crisp and clean, and I really like that. And there's some, images that you could do with the figure. Some nice posing. Nothing on the bottom really except for a little tiny ant. And nothing really on the top. Alright, so I've rambled on about him inside the box long enough, so now let's talk about the figure. And here's Ant-Man, and I have to say, I'm really excited about this figure. Like, they really nailed the Paul Rudd face. This is probably one of the better real scan models in any figure art form for the MCU. They really nailed it. So anyway, this figure, I got this guy at Image Anime, and, that's out here in New York City, and I was really excited when they put it up on their Instagram, that it was out, and I had to buy it, because he's just that perfect, and as an Ant-Man fan, I needed this, I skipped out on the Ant-Man and the Wasp version with Antonio Banderas. Will I get it? Maybe one day. I don't know. But this is more or less the identical figure from what I've seen in other reviews. So yeah, let's talk about the costume, okay? The costume's going to be slightly different, a little bit more detailed than the Civil War version, which I'll break out in a moment. So, real quick, let's take a good look at Paul Rudd. That looks really cool. They nailed his blue eyes. It's just hands down perfect. As for this suit, there's a nice texture. And I do like the metallic paint. Very vibrant. Really, really all around well done. As you see, you got the helmet sculpt here from, when it goes over his head. I'm just really blown away by this. Just really, really awesome looking. And he comes with a couple of accessories, not many, but enough. And I'm gonna break out one of them right now. So I'm gonna pop this head off here, and actually before I show you the head with the helmet, you get a better look at that piece there. Looks really, really cool, and then a little bit of better look of his profile. Do dig the hair sculpt and the paint. They did a great job there. Let's pop on the alternate head. As you saw, he actually comes with the unmasked head on in the box. And make sure I got the neck lined up properly. Yeah, the neck, they swap really easy, so you don't have to worry about risking anything. Yeah, and that looks really cool too. And the big difference from what I know between this one and the last release is that they actually sculpted eyes underneath the plastic. I don't know if you could see it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Maybe a little bit. But, yeah. You could actually see his eyes. That's really, really cool. And this figure, you know, you don't have to worry about it scaling really with anything out, because think about it. He's Ant-Man. If you want to put him up next to like a Storm collectible, or, you know, just have him hiding in the corner, he's Ant-Man, you know. Or, you know, you could pretend he's Giant Man and, you know, pose a Lego next to him. It's your call. But this figure is hands down awesome. Now let's do the side-by-side. I'm going to show you him with the Civil War version. So, this guy here, this was the Civil War version. Yeah, so here's the Civil War version, and this figure is still great. It's still one of my favorite pieces. Again, the shoulder pad on the Civil War version always fell off kind of easy. But aside from that, now I'm just going to leave it off for now. But aside from that, they stand pretty much side by side. They're the same height. I mean, the top of the helmet is going to be a little bit taller, I think. Actually, maybe not. Just painted differently. Okay. So you can see with the outfit itself, there's more texture on the newer version. I mean, there's texture on the other version as well, but it's more of a matte finish, and it's a little different. Like the gauntlets are different. Slight differences in the pants and the knee pads. You know, but more or less the same figure, just modernized and, you know, all in all superior, I guess. So yeah, that is the comparison between both Ant-Man figures. As for other accessories, it doesn't really come with much, but instead of coming with another ant, so the Civil War version came with a tiny little ant, Ant-Man that you can pose anywhere and you know, give the effect in like a diorama or whatever. This version comes with not just one alternate set of hands, but you get two. So aside from his fists, you get the open hands, and then you get a pair of grabbing hands, which is something you didn't receive with the Civil War version. I'm assuming this is so he can hold on to the antennas of Antonio. So that's pretty cool. That's great that, you know, if you have that ant, that it'll work with this figure. Now, he's pretty articulated, but first let me show you his height. Let me go grab my measuring tape. I'll be right back. And I'm back. So, he stands at just shy of 6 inches. Maybe to the antenna part. Yeah, so he's about just shy of 6 inches. So, stands well with your other S.H.Figuarts, of course. And for articulation, his head and neck are on 2 separate pieces, so you get all the range of motion you'd like. Back, down, side to side. You know, get some expression going. And it's the same with the Paul Rudd head sculpt, separate piece, so you can get him to look down, up, side to side. These are also hinged, so you don't have to worry about that. These feel tighter than the Civil War version. His arms can go all the way around. There's a new socket joint in there where you can actually pull the reverse butterfly out to get more range of motion. He does have an upper bicep swivel, yes, double jointed elbow, full wrist rotation with that peg that you can maneuver, make it go side to side or up and down. Decent ab crunch, can go back even further. He does have that waist articulation. It's on a ball bag, so you can get him going all crazy moves there. He does have the drop down method for further kick, and that's it without it. Splits about that far. Upper thigh cut. Does have double jointed knees. Just watch out. These knee pads pop out a little easy. I may or may not take a little bit of glue and put them in. I did that with my Captain America figure from Civil War, I think, because it had that same issue. He does have toe hinge up and down at the base of at the top of the foot, and he does have ankle pivot. It's just really tight on this figure. Yeah, so this guy is awesome. I'm a big Ant-Man fan. I am a big MCU fan. Endgame was amazing. That's all I'm going to say. I know the Russos officially said the spoiler ban ends on Monday. So if you haven't seen the movie by the time this figure review comes out, I'm not spoiling anything because I don't want to ruin your experience. But go see the movie. It was fantastic. Yeah, it's probably I'm not going to even say anything else about the movie. But I will say that my podcast is going to be doing a spoiler episode, probably tonight. So that comes out on Monday. So if you want, listen to that after you see the movie. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty much going to, end this video. There's really not much more to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that good stuff. If you guys are in the city, check out Image Anime. They're on 37th between 5th and 6th. It's, great spot for all your imports. I'm a huge Figuart guy. It's one of the first import companies I started collecting. So, the fact that I get a really, really decent Ant-Man, I'm excited. I don't think I've been this excited about a figure before since, the first Star-Lord figure we got? So that's pretty cool, because that, to me, is their best head sculpt outside of this one. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. You can, of course, find me on social media. Follow me on Twitter at Bry_2J, same as the Instagram. And if you want to follow the channel, it's YayToysPlus. Please check out InnerCityGeeks.com for more content. The podcast is on multiple platforms, including Spotify. And I will take pics and I will post it at the end of this video. Guys, thank you again so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.